I think it is almost impossible to imagine in any forceful particularity the choice that Robert Latimer contended with when he decided to end his daughter Tracy's life. By his lights, the cruel circumstances of his daughter's condition, which involved continuous pain and suffering, presented him with a truly awful dilemma. See her continue in almost irremediable pain, or take the terrible burden as her parent to end that suffering by ending her life. It was a most singular and exquisite circumstance. There has been no indication that Mr. Latimer reached the terrible conclusion he did, that Tracy's suffering could only end with her life, and that he, as her parent, saw no one else to bring about that result save him, other than through his compassion as a parent for her. He is not, was not, a man who in any other circumstances had demonstrated obnoxious character, was not marked by any action or record of contempt for the law, unconcern for others. He was emphatically not one of those legion of careless or reckless people who look upon the safety or even the existence of other people as insignificant. The parade of petty criminals, thugs, gangsters, rapists, and worse, who so casually endanger or harm others out of egotism or greed or for their sheer delight in mayhem and the hurt of other people. He was a man in a most particular and intimate circumstance who made a choice based on his understanding of what was merciful for his afflicted daughter, at a cost, I think we may safely assume, of terrible and lasting pain to himself and his family. And then the law held him responsible, as the law should have done, for his action. He went to jail and served 7 years. He applied for day parole and was turned down on the grounds that he was at risk of reoffending and that he showed no remorse. That decision, which has thankfully been overturned, seemed remarkably scrupulous in the circumstance. Did anyone on the board seriously believe that Robert Latimer would ever seek a situation to exercise the choice again he made with his own daughter? As for remorse, I find it very easy to believe he feels guilt and pain, what parent could not, for what he did. But he committed the anguished deed knowing he would feel guilt and pain because, by his lights again, he saw it as best for Tracy. I'm sure he feels regret that he, as he must have seen things, could only deal compassion through the ultimate act of taking her life. But his regret is for the terrible sadness of the whole story, part of which will be with him always. Remorse, however, can only cover a choice that he believes in his heart, which he does not, was wrong. Robert Latimer was caught in a unique space where law and morality intersect, but imperfectly. The law has spoken sufficiently for its purposes with his imprisonment, and there was no need for more. There has never been any need to add to the calamity and misery of this man's situation by hyper-application of the rules of parole, which in far, far more common circumstances where they should command, we see bypassed with almost indecent frequency. And that's why the decision to overturn was a welcome and a merciful one. For The National, I'm Rex Murphy.